Yo guys, what's going on? It's Ace is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about clothing in Arc Raiders and why it actually matters what clothes you have on. There are two main reasons we're going to be discussing today. One is to give you a tactical advantage, and one is for audio. Do me a huge favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this one here today, and of course consider subscribing to the channel for more Arc Raiders content. Let's start with the first one being the easiest one, and that is the audio. When you are running anything that has a helmet, something over your mouth and nose, your character is going to breathe louder. And it's not just slightly louder, it is obnoxiously loud. And this is not something you can turn off in the settings. So if you want to run a cosmetic that covers your mouth and nose, that would be any helmet or the controversial balaclava on the rider skin. Your breathing is going to sound so loud and so obnoxious. I was running this skin because it's very low profile for maybe 20 minutes, and I genuinely could not stand the loud breathing. So I'm actually going to show you the audio difference right now in the practice range. This is the skin I'm using, and we'll talk about why here very soon. But let me show you what the normal breathing sounds like when your face is not obstructed. All right, so what I'm going to do, just drain my stamina, and I will jack the audio way up for you. Alright, so that's what the normal breathing sounds like, and I'll make sure I put the increased audio settings at the exact same decibel so there's no shenanigans going on behind the scenes. Let's switch over to the balaclava. Alright, I'm going to do the same exact thing, drain the stamina, then I will turn the audio up for you. And that difference right there, I don't know how to measure it. There's people that are way smarter than me that know how to compare decibel ratings and all that. I don't. But what I do know is that breathing is significantly louder when your face is obstructed. And another thing, it's not just what you're hearing. Other raiders will hear the breathing as well. So if you're using a helmet or you're using this skin, anything obstructing your mouth and nose, you will actually be putting yourself at an audio disadvantage when you are playing the game. Any disadvantage is not an advantage, obviously. So that's exactly why I do not use this skin, even though it's extremely low profile. And honestly, I think it's kind of a superior skin for our next topic, which is low profile skins. When you have a skin that is bright colors or it's bulky, whatever the case may be, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage when it comes to playing the game. So this is the skin that I use. I use this skin because it covers the back of my head, but it does not obstruct my face. This gives me lower breathing audio, but at the same time, from the back profile, you do not see a giant white head. It's as simple as that. This is much more shootable and recognizable than this. Now, I don't love the blue sleeve and the nice big red arm, but this is the best I got. Some of the other colors aren't too bad either. This one is great for Buried City. This skin is incredible for Buried City. But for most other maps, a little bit of green in there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, kind of blends in general, so I just stick with this. I'm certainly not going to go changing my skin every single time that I load into a different map, and honestly, I'm probably going to start using the level 75 skin here very soon anyway. But let me continue to show you an example. So with this skin, you actually get a nice little cowboy hat, and you get a really cool looking bag that I was using for a while. This is the bag you get. But number one, this bag is a lot bulkier. And number two, there is a giant lantern on the back. So if you are doing any of your nighttime raids, which I actually have a video of me telling you why nighttime raids are super good for your very easy quest. And I had this bag on. And this lantern, it was lit up like a Christmas tree on a night without power. I mean, this thing was a beacon of light for people to see me running through the map. There are just small little things like that that are genuinely a disadvantage to you running them. And backpacks are also the same. Bags that have all this extra bulk, all this extra stuff all over them. Some of them look really cool, but at the same time, truthfully, the Origin bag or the hiker bag in a variant that matches your skin, dude, these are genuinely the best bags to wear. They're the least cool, they're the base bag, but when it comes to being as low profile as possible and just blending in, these bags are the way to go. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're playing the game very casually and you just really don't give a fuck, like genuinely if you're sitting here like, man, I don't give a fuck about how I look or how loud my breathing is or if people can hear me or people can see me easier, then by all means, please use the cosmetics. Some of these cosmetics are super cool. But if you're going to go into a raid with all your best gear, you're going to go against sweats. You're going to go against people who are sweating their ass off. There is gear-based matchmaking in this game. I have a whole video on it if you want to check it out. It's 100% in. So there is an algorithm working against you. If you give other players more advantages, you are going to have a worse experience overall. And that is the main reason clothes actually matter. So when it comes to running low-profile skins, I recommend covering up your head, but not covering up your face, and using as less clothing as possible. So, like I said, the Rider skin is really good. I mean, it is a super slim profile, but having your head exposed like this, in my opinion, takes away from it being the best skin because you can't have clear audio with the balaclava on. You just will not get good audio if you're wearing something to protect you visually. So there is a disadvantage no matter what you do with this skin specifically. And I also do want to say, I have no idea how some of these bulkier skins actually affect your hitbox, if it actually makes it bigger, or if it doesn't. I do not know the information when it comes to being that in-depth about how these clothes are actually affecting you. But if it would come out where some testing would be done, if I'm wearing this shirt and I'm getting hit here compared to wearing this and not having anything here and these bullets are missing, that is 100% an issue as well. But you can go through all the skins, and just from the side profile, you can really start to see what skins are thin, what skins are bulky, and what skins are covering up your entire body. So, for example, the Aviator skin actually isn't terrible, but you don't have any long sleeves. So your sleeves are putting you at a massive disadvantage because they're short and not long. So it's all these little things that are honestly just kind of an inconvenience. And as for the Rider skin, I know somebody's going to ask, well, why don't you put the helmet on? Well, if the helmet was black, I would. But it's a giant, bright orange. And all of the other colorways, it is not any better, unfortunately. So that is why I ultimately decided to try and go with something that blends in the most. And that is this skin right here. That is the main reason I use this skin. And in my opinion, right now it's the best skin. Because it provides both a little bit of a low profile from the back visually, and at the same time, I don't hear that obnoxious breathing audio. So hopefully you found this video informative. This is not me literally telling you to just never use any cool cosmetics again, but it is me letting you know that when you do, there are disadvantages that come with it. This shouldn't be a thing. There should not be any different breathing settings, in my opinion. Yes, it kind of adds a little bit of realism if you have a helmet on. And Embark even talked about it publicly, how they were proud of this. I don't think it's something to be proud of. I think it's something that's really annoying and should be able to be toggled in the settings. That's what I think. And, you know, as for if we should be able to maybe even do a little bit more in-depth customization than we already have, you know, if you can already select stuff about the goggles and the hat, why can we not select what color they are specifically? Like, if I already own these outfits in these colors, why can I not make, you know, one thing from this and one thing from that? Why can't we do this and that? So that's kind of my take on it. Obviously, the game's been out a little over a week. I'm not expecting everything to be absolutely perfect, but I do expect the breathing thing to get addressed eventually. I think that's ridiculous. So that's what I have for today. Do me a huge favor. Make sure you're dropping a like on the video, and, of course, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.